Okay, we're going to get started making our own platformer game using arcade.makecode. All right, so step one, I love it. There's a little jumping monkey, which goes along with our first part. So we're going to do the next level here. I'm going to start with the first part, and we're going to just restart it. Yeah, restart. Thank you. All right. Getting started making a platformer. Okay. So let's make a side-scrolling platformer. Side-scrolling platformer would be a game like Super Mario. It's a classic side-scrolling platformer. This kind of game peaks in the action using jump and run as the main mechanics. All right, cool. The first thing you need, any good platformer needs, I'm going to stick myself over here. The first thing any good I'm going to stick my over, is a main character. In our arcade, characters are sprites. Sprites are 2D images that move on the screen. Remember, you can hover your mouse over these blue words. We'll want to create a main sprite. Okay, so from the sprites, grab set my sprite to any kind of player and put it at the end of the on start block. Remember, this is the block, and we've already got a background color and a tile map they've already set for us. So we're going to go to sprites and drag set my sprite to. Okay, and we're going to put it as the end of this container. So this is the container, the green thing, and we're going to put it at the end, which is the bottom, and drop it in. And then click on the gray box in the middle to open the Sprite Editor. So now you can actually draw your own character. Let's just pretend I'm drawing my own character. I'll call it Pink Blobby, maybe. Okay. Maybe just make that. Oh, it's not working. Okay. Sure, why not? Eyes are big. Big eyes. Mouth. Smiling? I don't know. Okay, there we go. Okay, done. Now look, I think it's going to add my character over here. Look, there's my character. Now, if you don't want to draw one, you can choose one, but it'll save this in your gallery inside my assets, and there's my little pink blob. But I can go to gallery, and I'm going to, in fact, I'm going to choose the monkey just because I like monkeys, and their monkey drawings are really cool. It looks really awesome, and it looks great on the screen, but I could change it back. So if you want to make your own, make your own. If you want to put in one of the pre-made ones, put in a pre-made one. So, but that's how easy it is. And you can just click on it anytime to change it. And then you can close this X on this window to close it. All right, let's go. By the way, don't forget you have these little hints. It shows you what your code should be. So if you ever have something that's working weird, and by the way, you can click over here to move things. You can use the arrow keys or the WASD keys, W-A-S-D, to move things. Right now, nothing's moving. Well, because we haven't coded any movement for our character. So let's find out what's next. Drag a move my sprite with buttons block on the start container. See, this is an orange color. There's the controller. We're making a control change, so it's the same color, orange. Let's drag move my sprite with buttons, and it says to the end of the on start container. So the second you drag over, tiny move, boom, drop it, set move my sprite. Now let's go over here and see if I can move my sprite. I'm going to use the arrows. I can move my sprite anywhere. Now this is not like a regular platformer if I can fly through space, so I'm guessing that next step is going to help us with that. Give your game a try on the screen, which is what we're doing using your arrows or your WASD keys, or you can use this controller right here. By the way, this actually works on a physical little handheld game controller. They have a game controller that you can check out on MakeCode Arcade. I don't know how much they cost, but they're really small. They're probably pretty cheap. We'll look that up later. Don't worry about it. Onwards, let's make this game. Okay, to accomplish that, add acceleration to pull down on the sprite. So we want to give it a more realistic feel. Drag set my sprite, and that's blue, to the end of the controller. So sprites, set my sprite to, drag it, put it at the end, and then click the drop down and change X to AY. So this drop down here, X, and change it to AY. Where's AY? Acceleration Y. Okay? And then replace 0 with 500. All right? I'm just going to do what they're telling me to do. 500. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next. And then you can always double check your code. Also, you can just look over here, and I've noticed that when I can move up, but when I let go of my up arrow, my monkey falls down like there's gravity. That's cool. So it's kind of like a really weird jump. All right, let's go to the next one. Now the player is on the ground, we can make it jump. Let's attach a jumping action to the A button. Okay, so we can actually, so right now I'm not really jumping. If I click here and I use my keys, I'm just letting go and he's falling because gravity's pulling him down. But we're gonna make it an actual jump. So like if I tap the key, I mean, I guess it's like a little jump. Drag the on A button pressed block into the workspace. So this is the workspace, this like grid paper. And I'm gonna go to controller, on A button press. Now notice this is its own container. See that the on start is a container that I can move all the things inside of it. And then this on A button pressed is its own custom container that I can put wherever I want in the workspace. That's pretty cool. And by the way, you can zoom in and out of the workspace like this. That's kind of cool. I don't ever do that. And then I'm not sure, undo. Oh, you can undo and redo things you've done. That's awesome. Also Control Z, undo, best friend. All right, inside of that, add set my sprite x to 0, okay? So sprite, set my sprite to 0. Choose the attribute player vertical velocity. Click the drop-down menu and change x to vy. Change x to vy velocity. The player will jump upward if you change 0 to something smaller. So right now, if I click up, it's just moving up like regular, like I'm controlling it to, I can go for infinity upwards. But if I change it to a velocity right here, and let's set it to, I'm going to set it to minus 200. Minus 200. Now, see that the code is changing right there. Now when I press it, he actually pops up. I still feel like it's not working correct. Let me try pressing the A button. Oh, that's it. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm pressing A, which is my space bar. So when I press space bar, now it's still weird because if I move my left and right buttons, like he kind of floats forever. But right now, when I press A, he does jump. That's really cool. All right, that's the player's vertical velocity. All right, let's go to the next one. Remember, you can always check your code with that question mark. Now, give yours a try. Can you jump from platform to platform? Click Finish to return to the main page and go to the next lesson. Oh my gosh, we've created a basic jump. So I'm going to just try this. Yep. I'm going to be honest. I'm not loving the sideways control, and I feel like that's my fault. So I'm going to... I'm probably going to learn more about what I'm doing with the controls. In fact, I'm going to do one thing here. I want to go back just to make sure. I'm going to click this code button and I'm going to look at that code. And this is a great way to check if your code is right. I'm going to move my my button here over, put it down here. I'm going to click that and I'm going to look at this code. Set my sprite VY velocity Y to minus 200. Set my AY acceleration to 500. Oh, I missed something. I missed something. Move my sprite with, I forgot to do this. You got to click the plus sign. No wonder I missed a step. I'm sorry, guys. I missed a step. VX1, so I have to set VY to 0. I was like, it really feels weird. Okay, let's see if my controls work better now. I bet they do. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, it's so much. It is so much better. I'm so sorry. I'm such a bad teacher right now. But you know, the best way to learn is to make mistakes. And that's why you also check your code to see what's wrong. If it doesn't feel right, that feels really good now. The monkey jumps when I press. He moves left and right. He's not floating independently in the air. Boom, we got our first step. We got a moving monkey. Let's go. We'll go to the next part, part 2. After this.